The world as we knew it has ended. And Aiden is just fine. A day before the Cataclysm started, Aiden was gifted with incredible regenerative bionics to cure a terminal disease, only to wake up to the world ending. Ever the optimist, instead of being scared or concerned, our bionic and now psionic nerd saw this as an amazing testing ground for his new powers and abilities. He's always wanted to explore the world, fight zombies, sea monsters, and just do all of the things he used to do in video games. Now he has the chance. In the first 2 weeks of the apocalypse, he has been mostly stuck in his apartment, fending off the hordes of neighbors for even the most basic improvements. A workshop, laundry, and power. Just as his home base became secure and established, a new, smaller portal storm hit. Although it passed as quickly as it came, it left Aiden with a new vision, a distant destination across an enormous lake. The words he heard during the first portal storm rang in his head. Seek the Itzodi. And now, with this smaller storm, he knows that his distant locale is somehow linked to that quest. If you missed Season 1, and this short recap isn't enough to satisfy, check out the links in the description below for the playlist or supercut. Also, I survive entirely on your likes and comments, so keep it coming. I hope you enjoy Season 2 of Aiden's journey. We are becoming. Today, we are on a cusp of a journey. We are going to be trying to take our supplies, which we've gathered up in our rolling trash can, which we should probably name if you have any suggestions. Take them up in the comments, and I'm sure Aiden will find it in his inspiration to name this. It might be a trash can, but it's probably going to be one of the only reasons we can even make this journey. We have to travel several blocks through zombie-infested territory to the northern coast here, where I want to try and secure this cabin or one of the nearby houses, if that is at all possible. No one's mentioned it because I'm not sure if I've showed it on camera, but there is also a Migo encampment really close by, and I consider this both a good and a bad thing. Migos are horrifying alien creatures from another dimension. However, they also kill zombies. They're an enemy of the undead. So there's a chance that as long as we avoid direct confrontation with them, they might have cleared out a little bit of the nearby area. My goal is going to be to take the rolling trash can and go between the buildings as far north as I can until I get to this field. And then because the Mido encampment is so close by, we're going to try and bank west, probably towards this office building, which would be a good fallback point, worst case scenario, and try and get towards this cabin. There is a dinosaur exhibit also really close by, but hopefully we should be able to get to the cabin, assemble our craft, our canoe, and start testing it. And if it works its initial tests, we're going to just immediately take sail. And we're going to be heading far, far to the northwest towards our destination that Aiden has seen in his dreams. With that in mind, I know we're going to be coming back, so I don't want to take a ton of things with me. I consider this a trip, not like we're not moving, right? So we're just going to kind of take what we find necessary with us. I will likely just have to gather food on the way because we honestly don't have any food here. I loaded an extra frame into our cart down here, and I loaded a gallon of clean water into it as well. And we also have the water that is in our plastic canteen here. We are going to go ahead and wield the new pipe spear that we've made and grab the rolling trash can. We're going to start making our way north, and we're going to keep a very careful eye on what it says our surroundings is. Okay, so we have a zombie child right nearby. We'll release the trash can, turn off safe mode, take a few swings at it as it comes in. It's not a great sign, just immediately struggling with our first fight for the day. Move the trash can a little bit more. It does seem like it takes a little bit. Yeah. We're straining ourselves to move the trash can all of a sudden. I wonder if that's because of the pain we're in. We're going to take a moment and make sure that we're not in any more pain. Okay, we're no longer in pain. Also, while I was in the base there, I thought of putting the archive in a gallon-sized zipper bag. I don't know if that's going to work, but we are going to try it. Okay, we do have higher strength now. We are still straining to move it, but it shouldn't be as bad, I'd hope. It's taking some time. It takes about 4 seconds to move. We're still straining. It's probably because it's so heavy. I don't know a way to fix that, though. So we're just going to have to deal with it. Let's check outside real quick. There is a tough zombie and a normal zombie at the corner here. I think we're pretty much good to keep going. There is a chance that we do this at nighttime instead. Okay, nothing sees us yet. Okay, something sees us. Looks like it's the tough zombie. We do want to, whenever we're fighting things, try and pull them away from the cart. To make sure that we are not getting the cart damaged. The zombies will try and bash their way through it to get to me. As far as Aiden is concerned, this cart is as valuable, not more valuable, but as valuable as his own life right now. We're going to pull the cart to one side because there's a grappler zombie in here that we're going to have to take care of. Trying to force push him against the wall. And I just realized that we were still concentrating on our reading eyes, which is a problem. And we're gaining pain from moving the cart. Oh, that's not good. That is very much not good. I'll check this restaurant real quick to see if there's any food in here. Vacuum sealed package? Hell yes. That's amazing. Go back here and check the kitchen. There's a reinforced wooden door here. Very nice. We'll go ahead and take everything that counts as food. Again, moving very slowly to make sure that we don't run into something dreadful. What is this building next to us? It's a house. It has really nice brick walls, though. As we're examining, a fat zombie did manage to climb over the white picket fence to come to us. There's also this guy bashing on this door right here. Yeah, I knew that was going to cause a problem. It's going to be attracting a lot of things. Okay. So we want to pull them away from the cart. So I think we're going to move into this house here. Catch our breath. It's actually kind of perfect, because this house has a window with a wall right across from it. We are going to have to be worrying about that shocker zombie right there. We're not going to hit it with our weapon because he will light us up, and then we'll also take extra damage from our bionics being zapped, as Aiden would just kind of get fried from the inside. Looks like we cleared that very easily. Tried to pry open this window, and unfortunately we broke it, making a good bit of noise there. This trick that Aiden just now found, taking one step away from the window, and let's check the condition of our cart. Still good. Taking one step away from the window and stabbing them with his spear just as they come in is actually a very good trick. It's giving us enough time to deal with them while also being able to push them around and such. Let's check the situation out here. There's still a bunch of zombies out in this area. We've only managed to make it one block. One of the nice things about this is that we just need to get the rolling trash can up there. We don't necessarily have to get it up there in one trip. So worst case scenario, we could do this in Okay. There is a lot of zombies over there. We're going to actually break into a run, get out the window, and I want to attract these down to our kill zone here. The hunter jumped in, but unfortunately that puts him in a disadvantaged situation against Aiden here. Oh, I just realized our disadvantaged situation. I did not realize that is a damaged wooden door. This tough zombie ahead of us is bleeding. I wish we had an ability here. This is going to deal 4 to 13 damage. We did manage to kill that with the knockdown. Did cause a lot of noise, though. I think we're going to very quickly equip our halogen bar and bash down this door so that we don't get trapped in this room. That could have been very bad. Could have been very, very bad. Were you hurting my cart? No, you weren't. It's an acid zombie, so we don't really want... Oh, and that's a screecher. Now that we've seen a screecher, there's a very good chance that we're going to have quite the horde now. As Aiden manages to kill about a half a dozen zombies, we hear the sounds of even more coming in. So we are actually going to back up and use this closing a door strategy to just get our stamina back. Just a few more, I guess. Try and get an angle here. We can take down this fat zombie. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think we're in the clear for the moment. We're only in moderate pace. We've only lost 1 point of strength. Man, if we could get more strength. Is there anything on this top zombie? No. But if we could get more strength so that we had more of a wiggle room, this would be really nice. Did they damage my cart? No, they have not damaged my cart. We definitely need to move the cart. It's in a bad position there. They keep wanting to move through it. Kind of pull it out into the park here. There's still a bunch of zombies around. However, none of them see us right now. We're going to take a moment to catch our breath. I'd really like to get rid of the zombie that's in here because he's making a racket. So this is one thing we've learned, is to not leave the cart up against walls, because whenever we leave him up against a wall, the zombies do tend to like to move along walls. Can't believe we've only made it 1 block. Okay. And we have run into our first problem. A dissoluted devourer. It's large, so it's going to have a ton of extra HP, which means we don't have a choice. We need to back up here. Oh, it's trapped in the doorway. We can take some swings at it. Okay. Tough is coming in. We lost our halogen bar. We're going to push the tough back real quick so we can pick the halogen bar back up. As we push the tough, the dissoluted devourer just consumed it. Weirdly enough, that might be a good thing for us right now, as we can just take swings at this dissoluted devourer and then catch our breath. Okay. We took a lot of swings at it. We probably did a couple hundred damage to it, but it hasn't actually taken damage yet beyond its gained HP. So we're going to back the heck up. Zombie dog is a slight problem. Finally took it down. Jeez, that was a hot minute longer than I thought it was going to take. Someone in here bashing on the walls. Really need to stop, please, ma'am. Thank you very much. The good news is we've made it a block already. Nothing's killed us. So realistically speaking, this is just progress. See if we can fish in a barrel this guy a little bit more. We are finally taking him down. This might be something we keep in mind for the future, is that a dissoluted devourer trapped in a window like that is just vulnerable. We have a lot of zombies to our north. A proper horde, probably. But if we move carefully, let's go ahead and open a window here, and open a window here. We could take all of these guys out carefully. Move up. Kevlar zombie spots us. That's good. We want to draw a few of them in. Apparently, we gained melee 4 as soon as we swinged at that guy. It kind of surprised me because, like I mentioned during our last episode, right now, the current version that I'm running on, I get a error report every time I get an achievement, so I was very concerned that the game had just crashed. Fortunately, it wasn't a... Okay, let's move around him. Send him back. Come on, need to finish him off quickly. Already caused us distressing pain. There we go. We're down to 7 strength. I think what we do now is we back up to our killbox house and wait in the darkness for a moment. We have a little bit of the pain gone. We're going to move our cart just a little bit farther. Fat zombie sees us. There's a boomer and a SWAT zombie up there. Okay. Nothing we can't handle. Fat zombie moved in a way that greatly benefits us. I'll be quite happy when we manage to cross the street again. Since we're so close and we have this rolling trash can, there's a part of me that considers whether we should check some of these nearby buildings, but I think that it might be a better idea to just keep moving north. We're going to have to do it anyway, so we're going to step out here and attract this boomer, and we're going to draw back some of these zombies that were out in the street here. It looks like they moved through my cart instead of damaging it, which is great news. be completely frank, means that there's a good chance that they might not break my carts if just left out like they would a car, for example. Being out in the street is us at our weakest. So I'm going to be very careful to engage these in such a way that we can pull them back every time. We want to check that's... Ooh, first aid box. There's not going to be a lot in here that we care about, but I am going to take the bandages. I was kind of hoping for some pain meds as kind of an emergency thing. We do have to remember that Aiden is very vulnerable to being addicted to medicine and taking the side effects of medicine as well. So we don't want to take too much of that kind of stuff. Okay, here's the problem. There is a dead alley right there. Okay, this alley over here is too wide, and so is that one. And there are ladders to these roofs. Oh, there's also 3 trash cans here. Only 2. Oh, that's not a rolling trash can. Okay, we can't push and pull that one. However, that was a bad idea. As we stepped up to the pawn shop, a moment of greed and curiosity entered Aiden's mind as he wondered what was possibly in this pawn shop. It could be something incredibly useful. It could be like a real weapon. And as soon as we swing it open and see what it's looking like down there, it's actually not that bad. I actually expected much worse. Now, the sounds of them breaking the car, that's gonna probably drag everything nearby in. But the door's open now. Might as well check it out. And it wasn't even worth it. It's completely cleaned out. That's unfortunate. Could probably crack open the safe, but it's probably not worth the time. What's our best direction? This is a park over here, and that's another pawn shop. I think we're going to head towards the pawn shop over top of the park, and I don't have a good reason. There's a feral or southwest. Keep an eye on it. Doesn't seem to have seen us. We are straining to move this cart, which I do believe is giving us pain. Ooh, okay. Zombie medic. Lots of brainless zombies and a zombie soldier. The zombie soldiers are quite dangerous and no hope. As Aiden sees it, looks at his pitiful pipe spear and just wonders to himself, can this even pierce Kevlar armor? Is that something we can even do? I want to check. Okay, this door's locked. We've already set off an alarm. There's no harm in setting off another alarm, right? That's going to be my logic. Take out a handful of zombies as they come down the hallway here. It's likely going to lead the rest of those to us, right? I have an idea of what we can do here. I see that feral behind us as Aiden rushes into the nearby building. Feral throws a rock at us. We step into the darkness, lure it into a corner, and send it flying. Beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do, because we're going to have to deal with this horde out here, is we're actually going to... Exactly. Zombie medic had the same idea as me. We're going to let them bust out this window here so that we can fight them in the darkness. This gives us a home field advantage of being able to decide which ones we fight and when and where. As we took out all 4 of those actually quite easily now. We're going to break out one window. We'll leave the rest damaged like that. So that's theoretically... Okay, well, we didn't get lucky that time. But sometimes they will bleed themselves on that window. Okay, we did manage to hurt the zombie, the soldier zombie. I think we can take this guy out. And just as I say that, of course, we have now landed 8 or 9 hits that did no damage. Oh, there we go. As it comes crawling across the table at us, Aiden managed to get a deep critical hit down into it. I think we're going to take a step back here. We're going to throw it against this back wall. And now that it's this far down, there we go. We feel a tingling in our senses as we unleash our powers and blast it against the back wall. These MREs are not sealed, so we're going to just take the food packages out of them, so I'm not carrying around a whole bunch of extra packaging. And we're just gonna eat a little bit, because we've used some healing, and we've definitely used some of our psionic powers, more than just a little. Need to keep those calories up. Trash can's still in the alley. Oh, mechanical mastery book. We'll go ahead and store that, to be honest. There we go. Kind of actually hoping that we managed to get closer towards night. With our psionic ability to use our night eyes ability and basically have dark vision. Being able to move around at night will provide us with a sight lines advantage. We're going to move the heart out. We've cleared most of the cul-de-sac here. Do have a bookstore ahead of us. There's a lot of zombies in this area still. The bookstore looks kind of empty. We might skip it. Bookstores and libraries are definitely not built equal. Bookstores tends to be more of a store than a place for books, really. If that makes any sense at all. I don't see anything seeing us yet. Just take our time. That zombie brute is... Oh, is that to the north of us? That is to the north of us. Okay. This field to the north is a little bit of a problem. We'll go ahead and leave our cart here. We'll break open the bookstore. We're going to do the same thing with this bookstore. We're going to use our night eyes and the inside of the bookstore, which does have an upper level that is very beneficial, as a battlegrounds. And we are going to attract the zombies from this field over here to me. And Aiden is going to just slowly take them out. Ever inching. I mean, we've made it 2 or 3 blocks now. Ever inching just a little bit more progress. Okay, there's the brute. That's the one we need to worry about. About to come in the window. Maybe it can't. Oh, it definitely can. As it did manage to get 1 hit off on Aiden. Not actually doing that much damage. And he just crushes it against the back wall. It is finally nighttime, it looks like. So we'll go ahead and use our night eyes as Aiden opens his senses to the world, imagines himself as an elf for just a moment. Wouldn't being an elf in the apocalypse just be very fascinating? We can probably move our cart a little bit farther, but it also means that with our night eyes, we're only expanding our vision. We're not giving ourselves supernatural night vision. So even with this ability, we can't see too far in the night. I still believe that doing this might be better because they're going to be largely attracted to sound at this point, and I won't be driving them in from such a large distance as we have been until now. Still going to have to clear a lot of hordes in front of us. We managed to juke around that fat zombie there, flanking against the wall. As we stepped up to take out this pupating zombie, it exploded into flesh raptors. Gross. They immediately came up and got a few hits off on us. I think it's dark enough that the flesh raptor flew away, as they are likened to do, and then lost track of us. The other thing is that we are quickly breaking our pipe spear. We do still have our bayonet, but it's going to be a lot less safe to use. We won't have that range advantage anymore. I think we can move just a little bit farther. There's some sort of gardening store here. We're going to check ahead. It's a pretty wide column, but there is a bunch of zombies in it. We are going to kill a lot of zombies this episode. Aiden is just going to do work. See a batwing zombie. It's capable of leaping beyond human lengths. Its skin lengthens and gruesome fleshy membrane. The mutation does not suit it well. It moves clumsily, even compared to other zombies. It leaps a significant distance. We're gonna wait for it to leap. There we go. And shove it against the wall. We'll teach you flight for real. The north, we hear a lot of clanging. Oh, we see why. We're gonna push away that boomer and use this wall as a bit of a firing grounds to just take all these guys out. We're gonna push the boomer away again. Oh, we do not want that grabber to pull us into the boomer. Aiden just takes flight real quick, realizing the strategic moment here. As the grabber grabs us, we are going to push it back into the darkness. It remembers where we are, though, so even though it couldn't see us, we're actually going to step back into the building. Once again, using its window for advantage. sound of the boomer, we are going to attract a lot of zombies to that explosion. Oh, you know what? This might be a good use for... Hold on, I have an idea. We're going to use the noisemaker ability here and put out a couple loud thumps over here and then run away from them, and maybe we can attract some zombies towards that instead of our location. Not sure if it worked. We do see a new pupating zombie, though. Instead of letting this one explode, we're going to immediately step up and crush it against the back wall, executing it swiftly and efficiently. We're starting to get actually tired at this point, unfortunately. Aiden has killed more zombies today than he did in the entire first week that he's been in the apocalypse. Having a goal in mind and having it be so tantalizingly close just drives him to push himself. Basic pipe here will break soon. We may have to reevaluate our combat ability when it does. It's already likely doing a lot less damage. Sharpened tip, no longer a sharpened tip, but merely a broken excuse for a spear. Made it through another alleyway, another block. We're closer than ever. We're not fast enough to be able to make it across the street without fighting. We're gonna scout ahead a little bit here. I don't see anything. Aiden's going to try and cross the street in one go. Again, we're gonna take our time. We're still straining to move it, which is not great for us. What is this? This is an office. We're 1.5 blocks away now. Because of the closeness of the Mido Tower, I do think we are going to be forced west. We're gonna check real quick. Is there a way out the backside of this office? Can we go through it with our cart? Doesn't look like we can. Maybe? Yes, there is. Okay. I think we can go through these doors with it. It does look like we can go through doors with it. We're gonna leave it here for now. Check. Nothing here. We'll at least take it to the corner. Again, we're gonna go across the street here to this house because we just don't want to get close to that Mido Tower. Aiden has read Lovecraftian lore. He knows what a Mido is. And the fact that he saw what he had only read about in books before in the distance does not bode well for his survival. One does not tangle with the forces of the Eldritch and their arcane. Not unprepared, at least. Made a little bit more progress. We've made it to a new field. We have the office building ahead, which could be a significant source of zombies. We need to be careful of that. Let's just kind of check our surroundings here. We do see a handful of zombies. Lead them to a new killing wall. One goes down. Let's check. Do we have any nether attunement yet? We do not. We're getting quite lucky with that then. We do see a pupating zombie off to our west there. We haven't spotted a Mido yet. It's good. We're gonna check this street as well. Making a little bit of noise as we fight one of these zombies. Let's check just across the street. Looks like we can at least get to this field. Man, moving at night has completely changed this. We have made it so much more progress all of a sudden. Aiden thinks back to all of the loot opportunities we've missed, all of the possible things we could have been exploring, but ever present is that distant idea in his head of a place we could go to learn more about the Cataclysm ourselves, Cataclysm and ourselves, that is, to learn what these powers are that we've acquired, and perhaps more about the traveler who visited us, sort of graced us with these powers, the powers that are the only thing keeping Aiden alive. Can you imagine what his life would have been these last 3 weeks without these powers? We are so close now. Arriving at this cabin at night is also a boon for us. It is less likely we will have led a bunch of our neighbors, what we're calling them, to our location. I think we're going to go west around this house. We started being a little bit less cautious, and we immediately got punished for it, as there was a dog that came and bit us straight out of the darkness, running out faster than we could let go of the cart. There's a gun store to our west. Move close to that. We see blood. Might be fresh, hard to tell. add some to the pile. Don't do the same thing as before. See some casings, but there's some houses across the street. Just check the road very quickly. Looks like we can do it in one. The first light of the journey here is going. Oh, there's a fence there. Going surprisingly well though. Looks like we might be able to go west around this building. Take your time. Be very slow, very deliberate. We do see some fresh, thin sludge trails. So there's a pupating zombie of some regard somewhere nearby. He might have moved on though. Might not be anywhere close to us. One friend here. We're so close now that Aiden is so tempted to just break into a dead sprint and drag the cart the rest of the way. That seems like a bad idea. We're also now realizing that the wheels are working better on the road. It's taking us a lot less time. I think one of the reasons why we were struggling is because Aiden was pulling it through grass, but we're about to come up to the cabin now. Still moving quickly, deliberately and slowly. Okay, cabin looks like it's in one piece. There's a person here, a warrener, Mr. Lappin. We're gonna put away our spear if we can. Ah, I see what's happened. Our halogen bar ended up in our lifting field, so we're actually going to drop that and then put away our spear and pick up the halogen bar. Hello, would you like to speak with me? Pleased to meet you. I am Mr. Lappin. What are you doing here? I raise my rabbits. Oh, a warrener, as in like a warren, as in like a batch of rabbits. I hadn't even known what that was. I raise my rabbits. I seem to have more in common with them every day. Well then. I'm just trying to get by. Getting by will do for now. I guess it has to. You look different? Crisper? Radiation? Something in the water? Maybe it was the bunnies. So it goes. Where did you get that giant... Wait, he has a giant firefly terrarium? A traveler brought this to me in return for some rabbits. Said that he'd gotten it from a scientist out in the swamps, but it took up too much space in his car. Quite unique. Okay. Yeah. A firefly terrarium inside. Interesting. Well, Mr. Lappin lives by the water here, and he does in fact have a lot of rabbits. How close is the water? And is the water safe? I use the word safe very liberally here. I think we're going to... Oh, we should definitely re-equip our spear. But once we do that, I think we're going to bring the parts all the way up to the water here. And we are going to assemble this vehicle. Oh, it's too dark. Well, we're going to wait till daytime to assemble this vehicle. I wonder if he's going to mind us sleeping in here. Well, he left one of his doors open. Aiden's going to do him a little bit of a favor. Kind of confused on how he's managed to make it this long without doing this, but Aiden's going to go ahead and close all of his windows. Then I think we're going to go for a little bit of a nap in one of his beds. And hopefully he doesn't mind. Aiden wakes up bright and early at 6:30 in the morning. We did have dreams that we heard combat outside. Well, that's pretty unfortunate. It seems like some zombies have gotten into Lappin's bunny farm and have killed all of his bunnies, which, to be honest, we're very surprised when that hasn't happened earlier. Well, he does have a few left. There's 2 domestic rabbits left, which means that they're likely to repopulate. I'm sure that man will be fine. He seems like a perfectly happy member of the apocalypse. Let's move out to here. And yeah, it looks like there isn't much nearby. We're going to start constructing our raft. And it appears that we have forgotten a very important detail. We don't have nails. We're going to take some of these wires, though. I wonder if he will not mind us deconstructing some of the furniture around here to get some nails. Even taking down one door gets us quite a few. Yeah, we need a lot of nails. That was a pretty big mistake on our part, not bringing nails with us. But fortunately, we can kind of just tear apart this guy's house. Hopefully he doesn't mind too much. Aiden's going to do him a little bit of a favor. Who needs interior doors anyways, right? We have added all of the frames on, and we can go ahead and start to install the boat holes, which will make the vehicle unfoldable, but we will start to actually have an actual raft at this point. Starting to come together. I will have to give credit where credit is due. This warrener lives in a place that is surprisingly safe. I didn't expect to have so little trouble building our boat. Okay. We have a raft. I need to figure out how to add the ores to this. We just like use the ores? Let's figure this out. It's not something that we can install. Perhaps the ore itself will give us more insight. Pair of ores for a boat. Oh, well, one ore was actually apparently a pair. So we only need one, first of all. It does look like our raft floats. We have successfully moved it onto the water. Let's go ahead and get onto the boat and then equip an ore. We can't do anything interesting with the ore while equipped. Can we drive the boat? It looks like we're going to need a seat, which means we're going to need one more frame. We'll go ahead and leave the ore there. And we'll head into the house here and see if we can build another frame. We should have enough wood planks for it. The only question is whether we have everything else. We do see a couple dinosaurs out in the water, but they don't look like they're being aggressive towards us. So, of course. Why could I ever imagine that we would have enough nails? We could catch one of these zombies. Or not zombies, these dinosaurs. We could kill it and then eat one of them, to be honest. See if we can get some nails out of that. Nope, nuts and bolts. Maybe this table? 6 nails. Is that going to be enough? I don't remember. We do actually see a zombie. First one in a little bit. I don't want to head too far out to kill it. I'd rather it come to us. There we go. Need 4 more nails. Of course we do. I don't want to remove the last of the doors there, so I think what we'll do is we'll deconstruct some more tables. Poor man. Aiden actually feels kind of bad for taking apart this guy's house. First he lost his rabbits, and now he's losing his house. Hopefully we have something to show for it after all of this. As we do add a seat, we'll go ahead and wield our ore. I'm sorry, did we place this seat incorrectly? I think we did. That's really funny. Hopefully it works anyways. Oh, here we go. I finally managed to find it. So with one ore, we can create hand paddles. With a cedar saddle, you can drive from here. There we go. We can go ahead and drop our other ore off. And we finally have access to the vehicle controls. And it moves. We accidentally sort of made it the wrong way, but I don't know that I care. We could take the time to remove things, but it looks like there's about a 50% chance that we damage the wooden boat holes, and it currently floats despite being a very awkward design. With the last frame that we have here, I had an idea. I wonder if we can install a box of any kind. Folding wooden box? Yeah, if we can get 16 more nails, we can put a box on this so that we can carry some stuff with us. That seems like it's worth our time. We need 16 more nails. I'm so sorry, dude. This is, not really what I expected to be doing, but we're in desperate need, and you seem really chill so far, so yeah, this is happening. After that, I think we're also going to take a nap here, maybe? No, we should be fine. We should be fine to continue. Go ahead and install a folding wooden box here, and then we can drop our water in so that we're not carrying it around with us. And technically, we have everything we need to drive now. I'm going to take it for a very short spin and make sure that this actually works before we head out into the water itself. Aiden just created a canoe himself, and knowing the person who made it, he's not super confident in the canoe. So we're going to take a very short spin, just a little bit out into the water, and see how this thing handles. We do want to move out so that we can see our green little icon there. That is where our vehicle is going to be moving towards. As we do move out into the water, and we seem to be moving at a fairly good clip here. Looks like we can move pretty quick, to be honest. And we get back to shore with no issue. Our stamina is still looking good. Actually, what kind of activity was that? Just active. Not too bad, not too bad. With the light weariness, though, I do think it might be a good idea for us to rest beforehand. So we're going to come into one of these darkened rooms, and we'll sit in a little bit of the light, but not kind of be in a direct line of sight of things. And I think we'll kind of just rest for about an hour before actually taking flight. However, with that, we will have to wait for the journey itself to be next time, as our distant destination here is 160 tiles to our northwest. It is going to be a significant journey, and Aiden does know that the majority of this journey is going to be across water, as this lake is our main impeding factor here. With that, we are going to end here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and if you have, please feel free to leave a like and leave any suggestions in the comments below. If you want to see more Cataclysm and hard video games, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.